Yo, this is a new episode of the All Time Podcast. Listen to these guys, they're awesome.
If you pressed play, that means you are in tuned with what we do at the All Time Podcast. I am your host, the Ayatollah of hip hop and the Rated R podcaster, Stephen Alltime. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Don't let me tell you again. Tonight is a different night. Tonight's guest, I couldn't wait to get him on the podcast. It's been a long time coming. Finally, he's here. You can see him pop up everywhere like Houdini. What, where, who see him? He has a unique style like no other. If you heard 1,000 songs from him, you better believe they are all unique with their own different ways. The man has 1,000 flows, no father to his style, like he has a cheat code for rapping. The Lord of the Masks, it's Mondo's world, and we are just living in it. With his new album, Genie, Mondo Slade is here. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? I like that. I'm gonna bite some of that. Might use some of that. Word.
You doing well? Everything's good?
Everything is good, man. Everything is good. How's everything up there?
Absolutely amazing, man. Look, when I said that it's been a long time coming, we've been talking back and forth for a long time, and I've wanted you on here, man, because we have a lot to talk about, but specifically on the new album, Genie. I had the opportunity to give it a spin before people, which I love, and I appreciate that from you. And when you put out records, there's a lot that goes into it. There's song structure, there's hooks. You give us, it's like a full plate. You don't just give us a record that, we skim through and we're done and we move on to the next. There's a lot that goes into the body of work that you give us. Starting from the album cover. All your album covers are always, they're unique. They're out of this world. You play around with the images, the color scheme in there. There's always something different. But on this Genie one, it's like a painting. Where did that idea come from?
It came from me, really. I wanted something like a portrait, but I wanted something abstract, you know what I'm saying? And I stumbled across my man, Terrible Tony. That's what he specializes in, you know what I'm saying? He do those type of work. So I asked him if he could throw something for me, you know what I'm saying? And I gave him a little reference picture to use. And boom, he splashed that first try. Like, yo, what about this? I'm like, ooh, that was crazy. So, he did it for me I ain't gonna say a long time ago, but it's been a while. It was probably about almost a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
But wow.
Since he did it, I've seen somebody else go through him and drop something. I seen Bodie and Nicholas Craven use it too. I'm like, ooh, so they beat me to the punch a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely got at them before they did. I think I got at them before they did. But yeah, I wanted just something abstract that I could hang on my wall and shit. I'll be having my own little gallery here. I got stuff all around up here. It's a little shy. I got stuff on the floor. I ain't got everything up, but I just wanted something I could hang real quick. A lot of people be painting stuff for me and stuff, so I wanted something I could keep and something that would kind of resonate with the sound on there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just splashed up on the wall. You know what I mean?
Well, they're unique, your covers. Just, look at the ones that you have in the back right now. There's something that when you look at it, the art is important. It's like I said, it's a full plate. You're giving us a product. You don't want to just give us an album. You want stuff to go behind it. And you always deliver with that stuff.
Try to, man.
Absolutely. Genie, the cheat code, the video games. Where did that come out of? Is it because you have the cheat code to rapping?
Oh, there it is, right there. It's that simple. You nailed it. That's how
Look,
I feel. It just come easy. It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It come easy.
But it's crazy that it comes easy for you because, like I mentioned, like the song structure, you've mastered hooks. You've mastered the craft of just putting a song together. And there's a lot of people that, yeah, they could put songs together, they could put albums together. But when I hear what you are putting together, to me, it's like there's everything in one, and nothing sounds the same from song to song. Like when you listen to this album, you're listening to the first song, right? It doesn't sound like the second song. You know, there's always, it's like you're almost always elevating yourself throughout the album.
Right. Exactly. You know, I like to just go through different stuff. Like I just hear different stuff. You know what I mean? All the time. I'm a fan of different music. I listen to everything. I live in the South. I always, you know, half my family's from the South, so I've always been in Atlanta ever since a kid. So, you know, I love trap music. It's real melodic. It's real repetitive, real catchy. So I try to infuse that a lot about, you know, what I'll be doing. You know, Future, one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite
Wow.
MCs. Real. You know, Future is like, you know, he a hard dude to catch. You know what I'm saying? Even if he could sneeze on the record and sound crazy. Then the next thing you know, the whole crowd just, oh shit. You know what I mean? So I kind of take stuff from that. Like even Young Thug, he got his own little style that's a little, you know, offset to a certain degree. That you find a little pocket and it's like, damn, why it's catchy. So I like people that stand out, you know, and them things like that. So I just take little pieces from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? To just add on to what I'm doing. You know. Plus, I recognize that too. A lot of people in our lane, they just get up there. They don't be having drums on their beats. They be, you know, just kicking a straight rhyme all the way through 25 bars, no nothing. And then, you know, you go see them live and, you know what I'm saying, the crowd, you're not really engaged with the performance like that, with the song. It's kind of like there's nothing that you could latch on to, remember, you know, none of that. So I try to infuse all of that, you know what I'm saying? So if you see me live, you'll be like, okay, you know, I remember, I know that song. You know, you can sing along with it, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You can throw your hands in the air type of shit.
Atlanta is a different breed of MCs, a different breed of artists. Like just from like Outkast, right? You mentioned Future, you mentioned Young Thug. There's so many artists that always touched on different styles in hip hop, right? And when you put it all together, you learn from those artists, just like you have on here. Like, let's start with Everything featuring Estenac. For someone that puts a Estenac featuring on the first song, God bless, because Estenac, when he comes correct, he comes correct. But you held your own on that record. And if there's a, like, you, to me, your verse, the way you are on that record, beats Estenac. And it's very difficult to beat Estenac on a record.
That's my man right there, too. I was like, yo, I need you to dance on this one real quick. He like, I bet. I see, I cheated, though, because I popped some mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? And I found some mushrooms and wrote mine. That's why it sounds so crazy. It is, you know, hurricane, mind over matter. I was, you know what I mean? I was bugging. So that's why it sounded like that. So
So
I had to, you know what I mean?
what's crazy about the first song, and I just want to go to the last song, the way you rap on the first song and the way you rap on Genie Lamp.
Yeah.
You spoke about Future, you spoke about Young Thug. I could hear that in Genie Lamp. Just the way you come onto the track and the way you're breaking up your bars and how quickly you're rapping on it as well.
Yeah, just a little double time, just switching up, you know what I'm saying? Something to bounce to, you know, a little bit, you know what I mean? Something like that. But it just really just depend on the beat for me, you know what I mean? Whatever the beat doing, that's what I'm kind of doing, pause, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, I go through I like just unique beats, shit that stand out. I like shit that might be difficult to other people, shit that people might hear like, I'm cool on that. I might see something in that, like, I could do something different, you know what I'm saying? So that type of shit. I do it all the time. Every time somebody passed on a joint that I know that passed on it, I do it. And they're like, damn, I ain't even think about that. Let me try to get on there. I'm like, nah, it's too late.
You saw the beat differently that somebody else would see the beat.
Yeah. And that's what it get. That's where the cheat code come in. That's the cheat code right there.
You worked with a bunch of producers on here. Is it something where you heard the beats first, or did you write your stuff before? How do you write to your songs?
I'm always blank. I don't ever have no bars, no nothing. I have zero every time.
Wow.
I don't know nothing. So it start with the beats, you know what I mean? Like cats will send me a few beats, you know what I mean? I go through some shit. It take me probably like maybe, you know, a good 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds. I hear something on the joint and I lock in on it. Then I go through it a few times. First thing that really come to me is the hook. You know what I'm saying? And then I start with the hook and go backwards from there. I go whether I'm gonna do the verse or, on one or two verses, whatever subject matter. So it really depends on how the hook goes. You know what I'm talking about in the hook. You know, the tempo of the beat. I start with the hook. And that's how everything else stems. That's how I do it.
How important do you think hooks are to have? Like you always have hooks,
I think
melodies.
it's just a habit for me, but it's just what you're liking, you know what I mean? You ain't gotta have a hook on every song. I don't do a hook on every song I do, but at the same time, I feel like, sometimes it's just me. I could just fit certain shit just come to me. Certain beats be like, yo, they just need a hook on it because it's a head nod. It's gonna be something that, it add a little replay value to it, you know what I mean? So some shit I'm like, nah, it's gotta have a hook on it. Some shit, it kind of depends on the beat too. Sometimes beats be a little mundane or, they just mad repetitive, nothing really going on. So it's like, a hook on this is sound like you ODing, you doing too much. So it really
Mhm.
just depends on the beat for real. For
Well,
me.
if we talk about quickly your hooks on Masks and Bandanas, that was some crazy stuff.
Mhm.
Like like we spoke about it. I could speak about Masks and Bandana all day. You like how that was look, I don't live in Atlanta, but how that wasn't played on radio in Atlanta or a strip club or anything like that, like walking into a store and hearing that to me is blasphemy because like those songs, that song structure, those hooks, that was crazy. That was next level. You don't hear that in the underground, right? You guys
Mhm.
put together a project, and now I know we're steering away from Game Genie, but we're into the
Mhm.
conversation. What you guys put together is not known in this underground space, right? It was kind of like here, if this falls into the right hands,
Mhm.
it's out of this world.
Crazy. We ain't look at it like that. We was just, trying to throw something together. Like we probably said about it before. Like, God bless down here in the A with me, so we always see each other and shit. I was on his back for the longest about doing something, and he always be curving me like, yeah, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. And I finally just grabbed him. I'm like, nah, come on, for real this time. So we finally locked in and did it. But we kind of just threw some shit up against the wall, see what we're gonna stick. We ain't really, but looking at the shit, everybody loved it and it went crazy. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. So, like I said, of course, we got part two coming. It's already done. It's getting
Oof.
cooked up right now. It's getting put together as we speak. So they're doing the covers and all that. So yeah, part two is ready. That's going to be another screamer. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. One of my favorite producers.
Definitely, definitely.
Back to Game Genie,
Mhm.
Dino Man featuring Top Hooter. One of my favorite songs on here. The beat
It's hard.
is ridiculous.
It's hard, right?
The beat
Or,
is ridiculous. It's almost like there's synths in the
mhm.
beat, but kind of sound like an alarm
Right,
going
right.
off.
Mm-hmm.
That was produced by Work Scorsese, right?
Mhm.
Crazy beat, and Top Hooter flowed on that perfectly.
Yeah, he did. He killed that shit. Hell yeah.
Is so for Top Hooter, is that something that you heard him on a beat like that, and you're like, I need to get you on here? Is that how you
Yeah,
choose your
definitely.
features?
Yeah, definitely. I try to do all my features like because I'm really also a fan. I listen to all the cats too. You know what I mean? I listen to everybody's shit. I know a lot of their shit, whether they know it or not. You know what I'm saying? I know they rhyme styles a little bit, so I be hearing beats and I got certain joints. I got certain people in mind. You know what I mean? Mhm. But yeah, I heard him on that shit in my head. Like, yeah, I know he'd kill that shit, and he did though. I kicked a little concepts. So like Dino Man, I don't know if y'all ever played Dino Man up there. But like mad people play it, but they call it different names all over the place. But it's a football game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's when you got a bunch of people and you throw the football up in the air. and somebody grab it and they got to get to the touchdown without everybody tackling them. You know what I mean? If you get there, then you got to make it back. You just got to keep going back and forth without getting tackled. If you get tackled, you got to throw the ball back and the next person runs. So it's like a gauntlet. So you playing Dino Man, it's like one man versus 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we play Dino Man, we gang up. You know what I'm saying? We gang up and run down on the person like that on one man. You know what I'm saying?
What
So that was the
console
kind
was
of
it
thing.
on?
No, that was real. That ain't no console. That we play that in real life.
Oh, really?
That's front yard shit. Hell yeah, we play
We
that in
don't
the
play
street.
that here.
Yeah, we play that in the street. You know what I'm saying? When we was young. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dino Man. So you take the football, everybody right there, boom. Whoever catch it, you got to make it without getting broke up. It's like 15 dudes. You got to run through everybody without getting caught.
On the asphalt, or you guys play on grass?
Either way, whatever's popping. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
amazing. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
cool. Good concept. Really, I thought it was a video game because of just
Mm-mm.
going on with the title
Right.
game Genie.
Right, I know. Everybody thought it was like a video game, like Mega Man or Dino Man is a football game,
There's
but it's
also a
real life.
movie called
I don't
Dino
know.
Man and something.
Okay, it might be. Okay, I don't know. Okay, check
Yeah,
that. Okay.
I checked it out, and there's also a movie called Dino Man and something else. I can't remember
Okay.
exactly, but that's a crazy sport.
Yeah. That shit is wild. It's some hood shit.
Um, Next track, Bombs Away, featuring Boy Rock, another person who has mastered the hooks
Yeah,
and has
Boy Rock,
his own style. And every time you
Boy Rock.
every time you get Boy Rock on a song, he makes the song more alive. But you guys together is just almost like you can't get better than two people like that on a track. You're already alive and have your own style, but then you bring in Bory Rock, and Bory Rock just brings it to the next level.
Yeah, he nailed it. Paul, yeah, it's like how you said, he always be on some live shit. You know what I mean? He a live wire. So I'm like, yo, I know it's gonna turn it up. Plus the beat was so different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, I told him like, yo, I want to get you on some different shit. I want you know what I'm saying? If you could get on some shit that's a little awkward. He like, let me see what's up. He jumped right on that shit. She was perfect. You know what I mean? The hook was wild too. Like I did some different shit on the hook. It's mad catchy, you know what I mean? But it's some different, just some slangs, just some, you know.
Yeah. Who produced that one?
That's my man. That's King Rim. That's Black Vanguard right there. Yeah.
Crazy beat. And then we get into Dracula Dust. Now, to add value to that song, the music video. That something else you do every time you drop an album is your music videos. And we're in a day and age now that nobody cares about music videos, and not a lot of music videos come out with the tracks or the albums, but you've always stuck to your guns with that. You've always done it. And it's not just music videos where you're just rapping. There's a lot that goes on into your music videos, right? When you look at the truth from Encyclopedia Slade, like just it was dark. You were dressed up. You had the magnifying glass. There was a lot going on. You get into Dracula Dust, and it's like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
What went on in there? What was like? What was going on through your head? How did you put those pieces of the puzzle together for that?
Like first of all, when it comes to the videos, any videos I do, like feel like I'm a fan of like you got to look like the music. You know what I mean? So I want you to hear the music. But I want you to look at the music too, though, in a certain way. You can hear it with your ears, but I want you to look at the actual music with your eyes, though. You know what I mean? So I want to make it something that you can, grasp onto a little bit. Something stick to your ribs a little bit. So yeah, we do the hood video, stand outside in the hood and all that, but something that's more, you know what I'm saying, more captivating. It's like, yo, all right, this shit is crazy. And it turned the song up too. Like how many times you ever had a song that you like, yo, this is my shit, and then you see the video and the video whack. And now you don't really kind of like the song as much as you used to because of the video.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I try to do the opposite. Like, oh shit, you might hear the song and like, yo, this song is banging. And then you see the video, and it's like, oh shit, I didn't even think about this whole, you know what I mean, of the song. So it's like that. It's just like a mind trick. And you know, we good at it. You know what I'm saying? We do raw videos. We always do our own shit. We've been doing it for years. You know what I'm saying? We just know what we know. We know what we like to look at. So we try to put the high quality out. Ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the
You know,
song
a lot of people
itself,
don't shoot video. So a lot, like you
no.
said, a lot of people ain't shooting video. They don't be even promoting their shit like that. So you know, I can't speak for everybody else, but that's how we do.
No, it's like you have a machine. It's like a machine behind you when you put out your records. It's amazing to see. And the track, again, different flows. You came differently. Pause on the song. Like it just
Again, I
what
was
ins-
on. I popped shrooms on that one again. I tried. I ain't gonna front. I went into some of it. That's why I did the Dracula voice. Now that one I was bugging on. I was thinking some other shit. I'm like, yo, I was Dracula. I was doing all this bullshit, right? So yeah, I did that, and then you know when my man heard the song, he was like, yo, that should be crazy if he was Dracula for real in the video. I'm like, yo, let's see if we can do it. Like, all right, let's try it. So that's how that shit started. But yeah.
yeah. So
Sometimes, you know.
how much shrooms did you do for the album?
Shit, not that many. I think them was the only two joints I fucked with. Just them two. But cause I don't fuck with them that often. I fuck with them like maybe like once a month or some shit like that. But like you know, side note, me and Camouflage Monk doing a joint. I did
Oh,
a lot
really?
of them for that one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. I did a lot of them for that. A majority, more almost half of that one. So that one's wild. You know what I mean? That was a little wild. But yeah, I ain't do that much for this one, right? I kept a little kosher. I was wide awake on this shit.
So you and
Mhm.
Camouflage Monk have an album coming out or a track coming out?
Oh no, we got the album coming. It's a whole joint. It's good. Yeah, it's already done. We trying to close it up now. So
Wow.
you know, we gonna look out.
That's some crazy. That's crazy. True Cipher produced Dracula Dust.
Yep, indeed.
Crazy beat. Crazy beat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Definitely.
Saudi Mecca,
Mm-hmm.
produced by Minister Hyde, is one of my favorite joints on here. Again, different
Mm-hmm.
beat, a lot going on with the production, and we get you in a different light. Again, you're just going through. You're just rapping your ass off on
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yeah, I was just rhyming. It wasn't no real concept. We was just going in on that shit. He was just trying different shit, fucking with video games and different sounds. And you know, he a fucking mad scientist anyway. So we was in there fucking with some shit. And I'm like, yo, fuck it, let's just play around. And boom, drop that shit. He was like, yo, let's keep it. Boom, we kept the shit. That's why ain't no ad lib or nothing. It was kind of like a one shot deal, like a one take, boom, fillet. So we did that. That shit came out good. That's a lot of people like that one. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
That was good.
just rapping,
Yeah.
and then you get into War featuring Sean Lynx, produced by Wino Willie, which again kind of stays in the same area as the previous song because Wino Willie beats they're dark, they could be dark, but you and Sean Lynx just do your thing on there, back and forth. You know, Sean Lynx, amazing rapper, amazing artist. This is your second song, if I'm not mistaken, that you guys have done together, right?
Like I think like third song.
Was
I
he
got
on
like
Master Speech,
yeah,
Volume One or Two?
he was on Master Speech 2, I think. But I think I did a joint with him too. I'm on one of his joints.
Yep.
I think on the Mad Max joint. I think I'm on that. I think we might have another one too. It might be 3 or 4 joints, but yeah, we got a couple joints together.
Yeah, but it blended well. The rapping back and forth, like I mentioned,
Yeah,
was
yeah, he
great.
be having some bars, man. So I kind of wanted a joint where I kind of go back and forth with somebody. I'm like, you know, Sean, he be having some bars. So I heard his voice on him. Like, all right, boom. I had the Wino Willie track. Like, so it fit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And then we get into the real, produced by Finn,
Yeah, yeah, fan.
who's from Toronto, Canadian.
Straight up.
Uh,
He died.
one of my favorite beats on the album.
Mm, some smooth shit. You know what I mean? I had to try to smooth it out a little bit, man. That's when I was taking a breather. That's when I'm sitting down patting my head. You know what I mean? That's around the breather time of the album. Yeah.
And then you end off with Cold 45 and Genie Lamp. Cold 45 being the first single off the album. You did
Mm-hmm.
your thing on there. You skated on there. Music video too that came out with it.
Yeah.
And Genie Lamp, perfect way to just end off your record. And then you have Poeticness that just ends it off. What made you go in that light? What made you make her finish off your album?
I don't know. I mean, she on every last one of my albums almost. Sometimes it don't. I don't know where she gonna be at until we finish the album. So it ain't really start off like, yo, I want you to finish the album. You know what I mean? It just be like, yo, I need a joint. That's how it always be with her. I'm like, yo, Ness, I need a joint. Boom. And shout out to Ness. You know, a lot of people don't know that's my man, Minister High. That's his wife right there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Her, but she on all my shit. But so yeah, I ain't planning on her closing the shit up. But if once we put everything together, that shit fit perfect. You know what I mean? So, and then Rim, that's King Rim right there again. So he was playing instruments and all that shit at the end. Like, yo, just let Ness kill the shit at the end. I'm gonna play the guitar and do all types of shit. So that's what he was doing. So that's how that shit ended up floating out like that, just on some other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's one thing people might not know about us too. Like we really like, my crew, we from the same hood. We all went to high school together. We've been knowing each other for years, for 20, 30 years, you know what I mean? We was all in the marching band together. We all music gurus for real, you know what I mean? We know how to
Wow.
do music. We know how to write music. We know how to play music. We play instruments, all types of shit. So it ain't just by accident our shit sound good. You know what I mean? I want motherfuckers to know that.
What
Like, we
you
was all
play?
like,
Which instruments do you play?
shit, I played on like brass shit, you know what I mean? I ain't played no instrument in a long time, but I could play a little piano, a little brass. Like I played the baritone back in the day, high
Wow.
school, played a little trumpet. We're gonna play the trumpet, guitars, fucking pianos, drums, all types of shit. Fucking high do the same, drums, all that, clarinets, woodwinds. He can sing, you know what I mean? All types of shit. So yeah, we do all that. It
You
ain't
guys
about
should do
acting.
a live band show. Make them play the instruments and you rap over it.
Right. They ain't going for that shit.
They probably forgot to play.
They ain't
Um,
going for
so yeah, the album is out. What kind of comments you've been getting from people on how they're taking in this record?
Oh man, they calling me the Lord of the Mass. They loving that shit. They like, yo, shit's crazy. Masterpiece, all that. I'm hearing that. Like, all right, I'm flattered. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad people enjoyed it. You know what I mean? It sounded better than I thought it would. Like, I've been listening to it for a while, but once it just came out, I'm watching people listen to it and listen to it cohesively. I'm like, oh, this shit is kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of happy with it. You know what I mean? I still hear a few things I could have tweaked and shit made better, but who does it? But
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
no, from overall, I'm getting a good response. People seem to enjoy it, so that's good for me.
yeah, absolutely. And just the whole concept also behind it, the game Genie, makes sense for the record. Um, you played video games growing up?
When I was younger, I played mad games. Like, I had the game Genie when I was younger. I was a Super NES dude, you know what I'm saying? So I was more Nintendo. I wasn't a Sega dude like that. So I had the games mad like that when I was younger. Nowadays, I ain't a big game dude. I got an Xbox, but I ain't played it in like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I only got GTA and fucking 2K. You know what I mean? And so that's the only games I know how to play. I ain't played them in like 2 years, so I'm terrible. I can't battle nobody. Don't ask me to play online. None of that shit. I don't do none of that shit for real. So only bought the game last year, 2K, because we was on 2K. You know what I mean? I had the song on there. So
With Danielson?
yeah, me and Danielson. That's the only reason I got the game. I didn't even get a chance to play it all that good. I'm over here fucked up. My Xbox was out of date and all that. I gotta get a new joint and everything. So yeah, nah, I ain't a big game dude, but I reminisce though. I know how it used to feel like. I used to be there back when the games was popping in the '90s. I was there.
Speaking of the song on 2K, Did they ask you to use that song? And how did it get into somebody's hands?
Yeah, hell yeah. Just like here and there, sometimes we be shopping our songs around, doing sync placements and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just see if somebody wants something. That ain't the only joint I got. We done got some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Just shit you probably not hear, like little commercials, one off, shit like that. But that one in particular, I think somebody just got a hold of it. Like the album was popping, and I was shooting shit around, but I hadn't shot that song around, so they kind of just grabbed the joint and reached out to me, like Fox Sports, like, yo, what up? What's good? Can we do some business? I'm like, hey. Well, that's how that went. You know what I mean? They came through, cut the check, shit. She was lit.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I'd be so busy. I want to try to do some more, but I'll be mad busy, and I'm kicking myself in the ass because it's like, damn, I'm missing money out doing, shit like that that might be able to land somewhere, but I can't sit still sometimes enough to do this shit. Because there'd be a lot of, stimulations and parameters you got to do when it comes to certain syncing and stuff. 2K was cool. They was loose, you know what I mean? They just let your phone play and they bleep out the cuss word. You ain't have to do nothing. But for the most part, you can only be a certain amount of bars, so subject matter, profanity, whatever, all type of stuff. You got to, work your way around it to get them placed, you know what I mean? So there be certain shit you got to do, but and they don't like all that lyrical stuff neither. You gotta be like mad, dumb, simple from
Trap
European,
usually. They usually go with a lot of trap
like
music.
some of that, or something stupid like you might see on a chicken commercial or something, like, something like that. But yeah,
Send them masks and bandanas. I'm telling you, they'll play every single song on there.
right. Imagine that on a church's commercial. You know what I'm saying? That's chicken.
That would be crazy. Let's talk about the merch. You have a unique style with your merch also. That's all in-house done by you. What I'm wearing, what you're wearing.
Yeah, a lot of it. Most of everything is done by me and my man at the spot. The one that you got, yeah, I did that one real quick, and I feel bad because I usually do like the direct the garment or the screen printing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I was trying something different because we doing some other shit. And people were requesting that style. I was like, all right, let me try that. You know what I mean? So it was like I did a DTF with that particular style, but I tried different shit. I think I'm gonna do I got some stuff I'm working on right now. I'm probably gonna try to drop like in the next week or so. I'm gonna go back to like direct the garment on that shit, like just direct ink in the shirt type shit. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
usually
want
that lasts longer too.
yeah, it lasts a little longer, more durable and all that. I mean, higher quality. But yeah, we do our own shit. Should be going all right. You know what I mean? People be grabbing some pieces. People definitely be grabbing pieces all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing. You know what I mean? A lot of cats don't be. I be trying to tell people like, yo, man, just throw your flavor on a garment. It ain't gotta be nothing too fancy. You know what I mean? I ain't the best fashion designer. I ain't Virgil. You know what I mean? But shit, throw something on, make it look cool. People will grab it here and there. You know what I mean? Shit,
Yeah,
snowball. Big.
inspiration. You get inspired by something and you just throw it on there. And you know what? Some people like it, and some people will pick it up because they think it's cool or they think it's never been done before. Like with this shirt, like to me, this is old school. This is
Right.
like when I saw it for the first time, I was like, it's interesting how he took that and just made it Mondo Slade. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like people could just try things out, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you move on to the next. But it worked.
Exactly. That's what I do. I just throw it out there. If it's sticky, do it. If it's not, then shit. I ain't short on nothing. I could do something else new. I ain't short on creativity. I could do something new tomorrow. So, whatever work. I do a lot of that. I just compare analytics, see what works, see what don't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you create it yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
people dig it. If they don't, they move on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next for the next 2026?
I think the rest of the year, man, I don't know, man. This game Genie popping right now. I've got this going on. Um, First off, I got the vinyls popping next week. So everybody, all the CDs and cassettes, they went first day and shit. So if everybody ain't get one, I mean, I'm sorry.
I got mine. I was there at 3 o'clock refreshing the page. I get my Mondo Slade stuff. You know how I roll with that shit. I have all my Mondo Slade CDs here.
Word, see, you already on it. So boom, like all the joints that they ain't got them right now, they gone. But the vinyl's gonna be here on the 31st. Boom. I still got the Bombs Away video coming. You was there too. I don't know if you remember. You was there. I don't know if you jumped in and got a cameo, but you was there. You know what I'm saying?
I got no cameo. I could send you a cameo.
Man, you was supposed to jump in there. I don't know where you was at. We was outside filming, me and Bori, you know what I mean? So we was all out there at the show. When was that? Up in Jersey.
It
I think when you
was
was there.
it was last.
Yeah, that was earlier this year.
Yeah. It was earlier this year. I was there with Malenko.
Like January or February.
Yeah.
Word. So yeah, I got that coming through, boom. And then, we're gonna do the game Genie for a minute. But like I said, I got me and God Bless got the mask and bandanas too coming. Got some smackers on there. Me and
Guaranteed.
Camouflage Month, you know what I mean? We got something coming. And I might just drop another Mondo Slade solo before Christmas, you know what I mean? I got some shit called King's Island that might be coming out, you know what I mean? So be on the lookout.
Do you like working more with just one producer, or you rather just get a bunch of beats and do your own thing with them? Because when you listen to Game Genie and actually listen to a bunch of your projects, you're more of the different producers. You've done your Masks and Bandana, you've done your Cardiac Kings, you've done the one producer, but I feel you don't do a lot of them. Is it because you just rather get beats and make it flow yourself?
I don't like a lot of producers enough to just do their whole shit with them. That's truthful right there. It's like, I don't want to do a whole album with you, my dude. God bless, I love him, you know what I mean? One dude I do want to do something with, he don't know it yet, but I'm going to reach out to Future Wave. I think we might be able to put something together, you know what I'm saying?
That would sound crazy.
Word. So I think me and Future, I like him. There's a lot of dudes I like, but he was like, I don't think a whole tape, you know what I mean? But I always like having like just different sounds. Like I know that my team can do it by themselves. Like I really don't need producers, honestly. Between Minister Hyde and King Rim, like we are on force, honestly. But I be just wanting to mix it up. That just be me, you know what I mean? Because they be like, yo, man, we don't need to do all that. Come on, we got the packs right here. Boom, let's just pick the beats. I'm like, nah. So I be wanting to mix it up just to get different sounds, and also, just cross market and work with different motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Just like, yo, because shit, I'm type dude. Everybody know me. I come through. When I come through, everybody's good. I open the door. I don't be ball hogging. So it's like, yo, I'll let you get on my shit. What's up? You got a fat beat? It's crazy. All right, boom, put it on. I'll make sure it sound crazy, and I'll throw it on my shit for you. You know what I mean? That's how I do. Like, I put people like even Danielson, like all this type of shit. Like, yo, boom, I got you. Boom, I got it on 2K. I hit you with the chicken. You know what I'm saying? Boom, yo, get on I got you. Boom, we on this. Come on with me. That's the type of dude I am. So I just be wanting to just add on. You know what I mean? Build with cats and add different sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's been working for me. You know what I mean? I hear something in different producers that be like, okay, that shit might fit a little piece of a puzzle, and they paint a big picture, and that shit always works. So that's my little formula. But I ain't got to. I can stick to one man.
Yeah. But it's crazy because everything is cohesive, everything flows. Like it sounds almost like one producer produced it. And that has to be because the song structure and the way you put the songs that could flow into one another throughout the album.
I ain't on front. I just record just mad songs. I don't even really like do them for like, I'm going to just these for the album, these for this out. Like, nah, I just do songs, and then at the end, I just like, okay, this sound like it. And I just mix and match shit like that. I throw them over here, and then I let my man organize. Like, yo, what this sound like to you? A lot of times he'll spit them back out in the order that y'all see. I don't even change it. I'm like, yo, you're right. That sounds crazy. So that's how it should be going. I pick after I get done doing like 20 joints. I pick through a few of them. Boom, that's the tape, and I let my man organize them and shit. Damn, boom, splash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stick to the formula because it works. And when you get the one producer, like you said, the Camouflage Monk, the God Bless Beats, you want to work with Future Wave, but it doesn't always need to be the one producer, the one artist. I prefer albums, one producer, one artist. But if it's coming out the way your albums are coming out, and then it works, the mixing and the mastering makes sense, and it makes the album what it is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of it either way, though. I'll listen to cats. They be with a single producer. I like it. It should be hot. But sometimes I just be like, nah, let me just mix it up a little bit. So
Your feature game is always on point. And when I mean feature game, it's you being on another artist song. You always come correct on there. You always do your thing. You always shine. Is there any artists, any rappers that you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet? I have somebody in mind that I would like to see you work with. But before I say that, do you have anybody in mind?
shit. Oh, there's a lot of cats, man. I couldn't even name them. I mean, people, mind blank right now. Oh, but shit, all type of people, man. I don't know, from like the big dogs all the way down to cats in our lane. There's still a lot of people I ain't did nothing with that. I'm like, all right, we might be able to do something. You know what I'm saying? But I can't think of nobody right off the top of my head. Like,
Here, I'll tell you the one I hear you with, Uncle John.
there you go. You're right. I ain't gonna front. You said that too, and I was just talking to him the other day. I'm like, damn, man, we gotta go ahead. I'm gonna hit your joint, and I still ain't hit him yet. I'm like, I'm bugging. So yeah, no, you're right. Definitely Uncle John.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say Crime Apple, but no, me and Crime Apple got a song. But all right. So yeah, Uncle John, yeah.
Your feature game is exactly the way you are like Houdini, where you pop out to shows. Anytime there's something going on, you just get your way into there. I love it. You're always up in New York, New Jersey, right?
Yeah. I'm always up in them pieces. Word.
Look, before we get up out of here, I usually do like a quick top 5 in 5 seconds with the artist or the first time guests. So I'm going to give you 3 top 5 in 5 seconds.
Top 5 in 5 seconds.
Yeah. Right. Your top 5 video games since Game Genie was a video game title concept.
Mortal Kombat, Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, damn. What else I played? I played played Mega Man and the GoldenEye. Yeah. I think GoldenEye, yeah.
Your top 5 most influential flows.
What you mean flows?
Rapper flows.
From different rappers, or
yes, sir.
So flows like styles or some shit?
Like a Future's flow.
Okay. Top 5 flows. Maybe like a Nas, Snoop Dogg, Future, Guru,
oh wow,
the whole Wu-Tang Clan.
Your top 5 favorite horror movie masks.
Man, I'm not a horror movie watcher, man. I always thought that shit was corny, so I don't want a scary movie.
You're the Lord of the Masks.
But I'm gonna just say, this is a gentleman's mask. This ain't a scary mask, right? but yeah, all right, boom. So we just gonna go with the favorites. We gotta go with the Jason. You know what I mean? Gotta go with Jason. Ski mask. You know what I mean? Hockey. Boom. Skiing on ice. All right. Skating. My bad. Skating on ice. All right. Boom. Gotta go with Jason. The fucking Leatherface. That's with the pins and shit, right?
Yeah. Oh Freddy. No, but Leatherface. No, Leatherface is.
No, you're right. Leatherface had
the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, that was Pinhead. My fault. So Leatherface and Pinhead. So you got them four, and then I say, um, what's that dude, man? The clown, man. The skinny clown be killing everybody and shit, man. He looks scary.
Terrifier.
Yeah, he looks scary as shit, man. Yeah, that's a scary fucking man. And that ain't even a man. That's like a face or some shit, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Makeup or some shit.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah.
Uh, anything else you want to add before we get up out of here?
I want to add, man, thanks for having me on your joint. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for rocking with my shit. Thanks for playing my shit, being an advocate. I be watching your shit too. You be like, yo, man, what about Mondo Slade? They be fronting on me too. Like, yeah, he all right, man. You be like, nah, my man,
Yo, I am
no, yeah.
from day one, since we've been doing the pod, since we've been reviewing albums, I bring your name up in top 5 conversations. Album, we review the albums, dude. You're unique. I'm not just saying that because you're here. We've been talking. I go back and forth with Carl too. Unique,
right.
Like I appreciate your music.
Shout out to Carl. That's my man right there.
Shouts out to Carl. No, seriously, man. Like your music speaks volumes. I think it's important that we review it. I think it's important that we talk about it. We shine light on it. Look, I'm a huge fan of what you do, and being unique, being different, having a whole, I don't want to say machine behind it, but you do the merch, you do the music videos, your albums, your just the artwork of the albums. There's so much that goes into what you do that I think it's super necessary for us to be able to talk about it, and push it forward so people can get into it. The way you make your music, again, we spoke about the music videos at the beginning. Like we grew up watching hip hop music videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was part of it. It lost that stride. It lost it for so many years. Nobody cares. Everybody's on their phone now. It's TikTok. It's all that shit. But you bringing in music videos brings that energy back, brings that old school hip hop mentality to it. It adds more value. Bands still do music videos to this day. I'm a huge fan of rock music, of metal music, hardcore music, and they still do music videos. So seeing an artist that I enjoy make music videos, man, it just adds a lot more value to the artist, to the artistry, and to what music is all about. So I thank you for that, for continuing to do that stuff.
Like one thing we do is like you asked me earlier, like how we be creating. One thing that we do, especially me and King Rem, we together. He do this shit all the time, but when we together, when we cut the TVs on mute, and we watch nothing but '90s commercials and shit. Like commercials are just products of shit like that was out in the '80s and the '90s. Old video soul shit, old BT episodes of like the '90s and '80s. That's all we got on the TVs, like 24/7. And then we got the music up and we creating, but everything is like in the 80s and 90s, from commercials to shows, all of that shit. The infomercials, the 1-900 numbers and shit, the psychic chat line commercial, all that shit. You know what I mean? So it kind of throw your mind back into that time, like, oh shit. And it kind of sparks something. And that's how we do our thing, you know what I'm saying? We go back. So that's when you be hearing certain references we make and be like, oh shit, I can remember that. And, you know what I mean? We kind of be in that groove. That kind of be like our little one of our things we get our engine started. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
It's different.
Yeah.
And like I said, it just adds so much more value to the artist and to the music. Like just the videos that you did for this project. Dracula Dust. Like, who does videos like that anymore? Like who puts in that energy to make a music video that way, right? So I tip my hat off to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing and keep making the music you do, because it's important. And thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate it. It's 11:08. I only stay awake for Mondo Slade. Nobody else.
Steve all time, baby. Steve all time. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Appreciate you. Game Genie is out now. If you missed the CDs and you missed the tapes, that's your fault. You fucked up. There's vinyls
Still
that is
on your
coming out.
digital. Yeah, vinyl's coming out, but it's still digital. You can get on your Spotify, iTunes, whatever, catch that shit. That shit is going nuts right now. Pause, catch that shit. Vinyls, catch them for they gone. You know, we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you haven't yet, like and subscribe to the All Time Podcast. Go listen to Mondo Slade if you're not familiar with his music. That's something else you fucked up with. If you don't know who Mondo Slade is and his music, you fucked up. Now's your opportunity to go listen to him.
do it now. Straight up.
On that note, we are both out. We
Hey.
appreciate you. Peace.
Peace.